What are you writing about? A smiling woman leaned on the table. It looks serious. She pointed at my books. Writing about race and psychedelics. I am race and psychedelics. She jutted a thumb to her chest. We laughed. I gestured to the chair. She sat and stared at the notepad with bright eagerness. Rainbow braids swayed in front of her small brown face. She brushed them aside and leaned over. I hope I'm not interrupting you. Our smiles caught each other. I showed her The New Jim Crow by Michelle Alexander. Her almond-shaped eyes narrowed. After a minute, I handed her How to Change Your Mind by Michael Pollan. She held the books like puzzle pieces and sensed a big untold story would appear if they were fit together. I asked her what role psychedelics played in her life. Steepling fingers, she unrolled her life story, like a scroll across the table. Texas childhood, white suburban school, teased for not being black enough. Taking LSD at the prom and dancing, skirt above knees, one hand raised like an antenna to catch the future. Taking LSD with friends at a park, talking to flowers, and hugging trees because she felt the earth spin. Feel the earth spin? I laughed. Oh no, she gripped the table. It's getting faster. Hold on. I slapped the cup down. Customers shot glances. She scooched her chair next to me, feather touching my arm. More of her story gushed. Pressure had built over years to have a black person listen, truly listen, and make a part of her life real. The elements of that young woman's story are the tip of an iceberg. It points to a shift in Black America on psychedelics. It is the inevitable result of racial integration, one chronicled in media personality Touré's 2011 book, Who's Afraid of Post-Blackness? The book is mostly a showy exercise in celebrity name-dropping, but he did chronicle himself doing white people shenanigans. One was skydiving. Elders warned him, black people don't do that stuff. But Touré wants post-blackness, in other words, to live free of the self-restrictive blackness that is based on a fear of white violence. So he skydives, he bungee jumps from a bridge. My man has no chill when it comes to being post-black. Yet Touré did not take psychedelics, no LSD, no MDMA, no mushrooms, which is wild. Fun-time psychedelic use is one of the whitest of white things to do. Of course, we know exceptions. I mean, who can look at Sun Ra or hear his music and think that man was sober? Yet, overall, growing up, I heard older people of color talk about psychedelics as strange chemicals that caused whites to dance barefoot at Grateful Dead concerts, slide in mud, let hair tangle, live out of flower-painted Volkswagens. When old heads said, black people don't do that stuff, my sense is they meant one could not risk vulnerability in a nation founded and fueled by anti-blackness. You can't let your guard down. What if some cop saw you out of your mind on LSD and shot so many holes in you that you looked like you wore a polka dot shirt? The young sister at the cafe was living proof of the generational change between the old school and the new school. It was the transformation that Touré wrote about. But she took it to the next level. She took LSD trips as casually as one would take a Greyhound bus. And she was not post-black, so much as post-fear. The respectability politics of the civil rights movement, where activists marched in church clothes and painted the stars and stripes on faces to prove they were good citizens, had transformed into anti-respectability politics. Instead of conforming to white middle-class standards, a lot of us rebelled against it.